I'm the most mysterious superhero in Marvel. I have multiple personalities, and each one transforms into a completely different form. Whenever my life's in danger, I hand control over to the stronger personality, transforming into Moon Knight and instantly taking down every enemy in sight. My name is Steven. Every night before bed, I scatter sand around my bed and chain both feet tight. After finishing these preparations, I lie down and fidget with a Rubik's Cube. Even though I try my hardest to stay awake, I always wake up somewhere else this time, on an unfamiliar patch of grass. I struggle to my feet, my whole body aching. I find myself in a strange village with a golden scarab beetle in my pocket. I whip around and spot a castle. The next second, bullets are flying everywhere. All I can do is run for my life, finally escaping by blending into the crowd. Suddenly, the villagers part to both sides. A blonde man emerges from the crowd. He's conducting some kind of mysterious ceremony. His cane moves back and forth over someone's arm, and the tattoo on his arm gradually turns green. The blonde man declares him a righteous person. When it's an old woman's turn, the scales on his arm suddenly turn red, meaning she's wicked. After the blonde man chants a spell, the old woman instantly shrivels into a corpse. Just then, mercenaries arrive on the scene. They tell the blonde man that the golden scarab has been stolen, and the thief is hiding in the crowd. The blonde man stands and gives a signal. Every villager drops to one knee, everyone except me. Obviously, I'm the fugitive they're looking for. The blonde man walks up to me, demanding I hand over the golden scarab. I'm completely confused, but obediently pull the beetle from my pocket. Just as I'm about to give it to him, my hand suddenly loses control. I try to loosen my fingers, but instead my hand yanks the beetle back and bolts from the scene without my consent. Arthur immediately orders his men to grab me. Just as they're about to take it by force, my eyes suddenly roll back white. When I come to, I'm covered in blood and they're all lying on the ground, not moving. Seeing Arthur and his crew closing in again, I jump into a nearby ice cream truck and floor it, but the van's too slow, they catch up fast. A mercenary jumps onto the truck bed. I temporarily hold him off with a cake tong, but another enemy appears on my right. Just as I'm about to be surrounded, my eyes roll back white again. When I wake up, all the enemies are down, and somehow weapons have ended up in my hands. I realize I might have superpowers, but in my excitement, I don't notice a huge truck coming straight at me. I yank the wheel hard and barely make it through, but the mercenaries behind me get crushed flat. Then logs start rolling down the mountain toward me. Just as danger's about to strike, I suddenly jolt awake from the nightmare. I see the chains on my feet are intact, and the tape on the doorframe hasn't been torn. I'm relieved it was just a bad dream. To shake off the bad vibes, I get dressed up and head to a restaurant, hoping to catch up with my crush, but she hangs up without a word. I slink back to my apartment. Just as I'm about to drink myself into oblivion, I notice marks on the floor where the table's been moved. I immediately drag the table back into position and discover a hidden compartment above it. I tear away the broken boards and find a key and a phone inside. The call history shows calls to someone named Layla. I call the number back, and she keeps calling me Mark. Before I can ask who Mark is, I hear someone calling my name from behind. I follow the voice to the bathroom, where the lights start flickering like crazy and the whole building shakes like there's an earthquake. I'm so freaked out I bolt out of there. I think I'll be safe once I get on the elevator, but when the doors open I see someone with a crow's head rapidly approaching me. The next second they turn into an old lady. To ease the awkwardness, I claim I'm looking for my contact lens. The old lady leaves dismissively. I think it's all just a hallucination, but when I turn around, the crow-headed figure is right behind me. After the shock, I'm suddenly transported onto a bus. I look out the window and see the crow-head staring at me again. I can hardly believe my eyes and frantically get off the bus. Then I spot Arthur, the blonde man from my dream, sitting on the bus. I realize this might all be real. I rush to the museum where I work and tell my coworker someone's tracking me. The moment I reach my desk, the blonde man follows me in, demanding I hand over the golden scarab. I try to call security, but realize everyone there works for him. I do my best to explain I'm not Mark, but he won't let up. Finally, he even wants to perform a judgment ceremony on me. If the scales turn red, I'll die on the spot. What Arthur doesn't expect is that the scales on his arm don't change color at all. Instead, they keep swinging back and forth. This means there's chaos inside me and I can't be judged, because I have 3 different personalities inside me. Suddenly, the doors behind us burst open. I seize the moment and escape. Late at night, a massive monster suddenly appears, chasing me relentlessly. In my panic, I hide in a public restroom. Then my reflection in the mirror suddenly acts on its own, urging me to give up control of my body.
You need to give me control. Do you understand?
What control of what? What are you talking about? That thing's about to break through the door. We're out of time.
Though every part of me resists, with the monster about to burst in, I have no choice but to agree. The monster charges in. As the bathroom lights flicker wildly, the jackal gets beaten around. My body's now controlled by another personality. Mark successfully takes over, transforms into Moon Knight, and beats the jackal to a pulp. After the fight, I wake up from sleep again. I rush to the mirror and demand loudly that Mark show himself. When there's no response, I grab the key and head out to investigate. Following the coordinates, I arrive at a local warehouse and successfully open the private door. I push it open and walk inside the site before me, leaves me stunned. The place is filled with all kinds of everyday items. In a black briefcase up front, there's currency from various countries and Mark's passport. I realize this is all real. I hold the golden scarab in my hand, and the next second it flies into the air. Then Mark appears from the mirror. He explains that he serves the moon god Khonshu and descended into me to prevent Amit's resurrection. He tries to explain he means no harm, but this is all too sci-fi for me. I even consider just giving the scarab to Arthur. Just as I leave the warehouse, Khonshu suddenly appears. I'm so terrified I run for my life, but Khonshu still corners me against the wall.